Welcome to the Magfest 2023 Con Vlog. Magfest is a music and gaming festival held at the beginning of January at the Gaylord National Harbor Hotel in National Harbor, Maryland. The convention ran from January 5th through January 8th, 2023. Pretty much as soon as we got in, we passed one of the many shrines that Magfest is known for. This was the registration line, but it took about 45 minutes to get through. So I just got my badge, and this is what the badges look like this year. They always have like interestingly shaped badges, so anyway. So yeah, we're gonna go check out some of the other areas, so it'll be good. The convention was actually pretty empty Thursday night. I even had room to do some urban dancing in the gazebo. Then we headed to Build-A-Bear Workshop, which is basically right next door, because they released Sylveon and I was so excited about it. The M in Magfest stands for music, and it was very much alive on Thursday night. This is a band playing live in the lobby bar, and as you can see, they've got a lot of people watching. I was watching from the gazebo level looking down at the lobby, and it was a perfect view. There wasn't a ton of people, and then I decided to go to a class of the maker's space. That was down here kind of on the way that you would walk out to go to like the Riverside room. This actually costed $5. Some of the classes do cost a little bit of money, but I thought that $5 was totally reasonable. This is what the classroom looked like. I've never seen a classroom for a panel before, so that was pretty interesting, and the $5 covered the cost of materials, so we had to grab 2 pieces of felt and a thread. The staff was so nice. They let me sit in the front of the classroom. They actually saved a seat for me. I let them know that I have some vision issues, and we were doing an ugly doll or ugly plushie class. It was really fun, and it was about an hour and a half or so, and this is what mine looked like. It's pretty ugly, but it's really cute at the same time. And this is the blue hour of the Gaylord. It's like when these blue lights turn on. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's good for pictures if that's what you're looking for. And this is what the atrium looked like Thursday night. It actually wasn't very busy at all. As you can see, I'm completely walking uninterrupted by anybody, and it looked really beautiful. This hotel is just really pretty. On Friday morning, I wore my updated version of Glaceon. I actually don't have a ton of videos of it, so here are some photos that I got done, and I think it came out really nice. It was super windy. That wasn't me flipping my hair. That was the wind. It was super windy and cold, but we did it. This was the gazebo area Friday morning. It's definitely more busy than it was Thursday, but there's still a lot of space here, so that was pretty nice. It didn't feel really congested or anything, and I didn't mention this, but there was a mask policy, and everybody's doing a really good job with their masks. This is a very cool Greninja cosplayer that I found, and I tagged them below. Hi everyone, I found a really great cosplayer, and they're a Pokemon cosplayer, so of course we're going to talk to them, so I wanted to let them introduce themselves and tell you about their awesome cosplay. So first of all, we'll show their whole cosplay. Very cool, so go ahead and tell the world.
My name's Zach. I'm doing a Greninja cosplay, in case you don't know. It was a very fun challenge. I used a lot of Hansen papers, like really tough, like cardstock. It's kind of in between regular cardstock, like thick paper and poster board. So I use that for the fans. I use that for the helmet. I did a lot of acrylic painting on top of it. The yellow material is from a pillowcase.
We love budgeting for cosplays. What a great use of material.
Very good. I reuse like an old shirt, you know, for the scarf, and then the base of the outfit is a blue Zentai suit, and then assorted other things on top of it. I had like extra large sweatpants that I used for these. Like nice little padding from like old sparring equipment to bulk up the arms and also give little bubbles. And then like these really cool sandals. And I sewed on the little toe things from like an old tote bag. So it all came together great. Really, really happy.
It looks awesome. Give them a follow. And this was kind of the hotel atrium area Friday afternoon. It really wasn't that crowded or that busy, which was super nice. And then I even headed down to the fountain area where a lot of the fandoms have planned meetups. And again, this is a very popular photo shoot spot, and it was pretty empty relative. Then I changed into Azumarill Friday night. I did not get really like any videos of this. I have some videos on my Katsucon stuff, but anyway, here's 2 photos to prove it. The next morning, I headed back to the convention in my Iono cosplay, which is one of the gym leaders from the new Pokemon game Scarlet and Violet, and this was Saturday morning in the gazebo. Definitely a lot more busy, but it also gets super busy because there are other bands that come and play in the gazebo, so that's kind of what makes it extremely crowded and congested in this area when there is a band playing. I finally made my way to the vendor and artist hall. This is like one big area that's kind of connected between this, the consoles, and the arcade and the indie games, but this was the vendors and artist hall. I then headed over to consoles just to check it out, and they do have a lot of different consoles and a lot of screens. There's a lot of people playing stuff in here all the time, and it's really chill. It's a really chill area to come if you just want to hang out with your friends and play something for a little bit. Magfest in general is super well run, and they always have water available, and it's always filled, and there's always cups. Not a lot of other conventions can say that. I ended up finding the Pokemon tournament area, and I watched a particular gym leader doing a battle with some trainers. Ta-da! The gym leader was Larry, and it was super fun to make this cute little video, and I tagged them below. They were such a good sport. They were so nice. This is the indie game area. Like I said, all of those rooms are kind of all connected with each other, and this is the indie games area where you can try out a lot of different games. There's also an arcade area as well, which I will show next. What's really neat about this section though is that you can try so many different games for free, and you really do find some really unique, interesting games. This is the arcade portion, and there are a mix of pinball machines, classic games, newer type idle games, things like that. Pretty much anything you can think of is here. There's also like old classic fighting games, and it's all free play, which is amazing. They had these signs all over the place, and like I said, Magfest did an amazing job with their mask policy. Caught the very tail end of the Nintendo meetup, which then turned into the Pokemon meetup. Thanks for coming. Saturday night, I changed into Umi from Love Live. I was super happy to finally get to wear this costume. I have this costume in a couple of the other characters, but I kind of am like a collect them all at this point, and here are some of my favorite photos that I got. There is music everywhere. There are people just like playing instruments, walking around the halls, but this guy was using some kind of board. I don't really know what this was, but he was real jamming, and he was super fun to watch. Magfest is one of the biggest and best board game rooms that I've ever seen at a convention. They have so many different things. This is the board game room. It's almost an entire building. It's pretty huge, and it's really great, and it also has a very nice view. Some of the friends that I was with were really interested in the Metal Gear Solid 3 speedrun, and it was actually really fun to watch, and everybody was so into it. I'm so glad we went. Sunday morning, I was back in Sylveon, but made Sylveon this time, and this is my friend Dapple as Eevee. Here is the gazebo level Sunday morning, and some of the great photographers that were around. I had a full Eeveelution made group, and they were absolutely some of the best people I've ever worked with. Everybody came and really just showed up. We just showed up, and that's our photographer Mary there. She was so patient with us, and we took a lot of time to kind of do our poses as we wanted to, and it was so fun because we were like the only cosplay group up there, and we just kind of like were getting so much attention. It was insane. It was actually really hard to keep the paid photo shoot going without getting interrupted by people wanting photos, but it worked out really well, and we really appreciate everybody that told us that they liked our costumes and wanted pictures. And we even had a photographer go all the way up to like the 5th floor, I think, and go over the balcony to take a picture of us from above. And this is us just chilling on the marble, and it was great because it was so hot in there. For some reason, the Gaylord is just so hot and the marble was so nice and cool. Here's one of my favorite pictures from the set. Hi everybody, I found Miss Hina, and if you remember from my Station Unity vlog, we interviewed Miss Hina then, so we're going to do a quick interview with Miss Hina again. I have the beautiful Miss Hina here once again. Say hi to Miss Hina. Oh, you're so nice to the viewers. They love you. Miss Hina, I was wondering, what have you been up to since Station Unity? Oh, that's so good. I'm so glad you've been keeping busy doing a lot of writing. That's great. That's great. Love to hear it. So glad to see you again at Magfest. Thank you, Miss Hina.